This is my creative critical reflection number 2. My question that I'll be answering today is, how does your product engage with the audience and how would they be distributed as a real media text? So engaging the audience, I have 5 things that I did to engage with them. So number 1 is dissonance piano chords. Number 2 is tempo change. Number 3 is dynamic change. Number 4 is close-ups. Number 5 is camera movements. So dissonance piano chords is a lack of harmony among musical notes. So within my own score that I produced, dissonance was used whenever there was an action that needed to be emphasized. Whenever the victim in my first scene, when he didn't fully close the door all the way, there was dissonance within the piano chords because it adds tension and it catches the audience's attention. Like, oh, that's something important. I should pay attention to that. That might be significant later. So the next thing I also did within my score was a tempo change. So this is a shift in speed of the music. So at the beginning of my film, within the first scene, at the start, the tempo is very slow, it creating suspense. So it makes you think, oh, what's happening within this scene? Why is this music important? So later, as the killer, or Lawrence, our protagonist of the story, when he slowly gets more screen time and the more of his actions are on the screen, the tempo starts to build up. As he goes up the stairs to go to the victim's room, the tempo gets faster and faster into the end where you see the knife go down. Is basically just makes the audience's heart rate pump with anticipation, makes it go faster, builds tension. Another thing that happened the same with the tempo was also dynamic change. So at the start, the piano was, in musical terms, it's called piano, which means that's very soft. But as we build throughout the first scene, it goes from piano to mezzo forte, which is medium, and then it gets to forte, then fortissimo, which means loud, then even louder. Basically, this just has the same effect as the tempo, which adds tension, makes everything feel more impactful. So throughout my filming, I used a lot of close-ups. Basically, close-ups are when the camera is close to a subject to emphasize it. So whenever the camera was close up on Lawrence when he pulled out the knife, that I wanted that to be emphasized as, oh, you know where we think this is going, Lawrence is going to go murder the victim. Just really catches the audience's eye. Another thing that I did within my camera technical things is camera movements. So I had a few pans here and there. So I had a pan at the start where it was the victim walking towards the gate, but within that pan you saw Lawrence stalking him. I didn't include it on this slide, but there was also a tilt towards the end going from looking at the victim laying in bed towards Lawrence, who is going to go stab the victim. It basically reveals, oh, Lawrence is right there, this person is about to be murdered. Another thing I did was zooms. There was a few zooms here and there. The most significant zoom was the zoom onto the unlocked door from when the victim entered the building. I just wanted to really emphasize that the door was unlocked and that Lawrence was going to come through there. So moving on to how my media would be distributed, I came up with 2 ideas that how I would distribute my media. One is through shareable links, and the next one is through online video platforms. So for shareable links, I could use social media, so like Facebook, Instagram, or any other social media platform like X. Basically, I will post my link up on there, be like, hey, please watch this, and give me some feedback. I hope everyone really enjoys this. Another thing that I would do is through like messages, like I would send the link to my friends, and they would send them to their friends and their family. That's how I would use shareable links. My next one is online video platforms, so like YouTube and TikTok. Basically, I would post my film up on there and even go through like advertisements so that like a trailer for my movie is up on there so that it'll get people to want to watch it. That's how I would do that.